There was just one problem though. Chinese on both sides of the Taiwan Strait rejected the completely American idea of two Chinas outright.
In 1979, Washington shifted diplomatic recognition from Taiwan's capital, Taipei, to Beijing.
The mainland would not allow two Chinas or one China and one Taiwan. They insisted on having one China.
The United States recognizes the government of the People's Republic of China as a sole legal government of China. Within this context, the people of the United States will maintain unofficial relations with the people of Taiwan.
The question is, are they defensible without launching a full-scale attack upon the Chinese mainland and threatening the peace of the entire world?
The government of the United States of America acknowledges the Chinese position that there is but one China and Taiwan is part of China.
Both sides agreed that there was only one country called China. They just disagreed what it was. Was it a right-wing country called the Republic of China or a communist country called the People's Republic of China?
Any attempt to bring about Taiwan's independence will trigger a fight to the end.
In recognizing the People's Republic of China, that it is a single government of China, we are recognizing simple reality.
The mainland would not allow two Chinas or one China and one Taiwan. They insisted on having one China.
Notice how I've written half-truths on it? You'll find this narrative out there a lot. You'll see it on Wikipedia-based documentaries and other blog post-level articles. The mainland wouldn't allow two Chinas. The communists didn't want two Chinas. Now, I hate to have to always be the one to de-brainwash you guys, but that is total bullshit. It's exactly the type of lazy, dishonest discourse I see all over China, the subject. You see, it is absolutely true that the mainland would not allow two Chinas. Completely true. But you know what you're not hearing? You know what almost no one anywhere ever mentions anymore that was completely common knowledge all throughout this entire ordeal? You know who else would not allow two Chinas? Taiwan. And once you realize that fact and then listen again to so many sources saying the mainland or the communists didn't want two Chinas, you may start to wonder why it's always presented that way. In fact, it's so commonly stated this way, even people who aren't intentionally trying to deceive you say it. It's just become a fact, even though it's not really true. It's a half-truth. The actual truth is, Chinese on both sides of the Taiwan Strait were completely against any kind of two Chinas or one China, one Taiwan, or anything other than one single China with Taiwan as part of it. That's the actual truth. This phenomenon, this only mentioning one side as not wanting the two Chinas, is a very modern one. Very modern. Looking back, the fact that both sides didn't support it was reported all the time. The Chinese communists oppose a two Chinas concept. The Chinese nationalist leadership is equally opposed to separation of Taiwan from the mainland. Here, the ROC angrily threatened to sever ties with France if there was any two Chinas recognition. Again, it was repeatedly reported and widely known all throughout the 1950s and 1960s and further. Occasionally, and somewhat amusingly, we can also find tabloids like the New York Times clearly explaining that Taiwan is a province of China, for example here in 1963. For the topic of two Chinas though, let it be very clearly known, this American concept was repeatedly and reliably rejected by every leader in all of China, including Taiwan. The views of Taiwan and the mainland when it came to two Chinas were completely indistinguishable from each other. The PRC very publicly accused the United States of trying to turn the Chinese province of Taiwan into another China or another country with an independent existence. Damn Chinese propaganda. China also repeatedly offered diplomacy, which the US ignored. They wanted a meeting to discuss the Taiwan dispute. The US was not interested. That's because diplomacy really wasn't the goal, remember? Nor was Taiwan independence, nor Taiwan freedom, or anything else like that. The goal was to secure US control and oversight of the Taiwan government while continuing to do whatever it takes to have a secure military base on Chinese soil.